Okay, we've got Georgia Tech head coach Josh Pastner. Coach, if you could open this up with some remarks before we turn it over for questions.
Yep. First of all, I'll give total credit to Louisville, Coach Mack and his staff. They do a great job. Great basketball team, very well coached, and got to give them a lot of credit. So credit to them, to Coach Mack, his staff, and their team. Regarding us, I was really proud of our young men. We've been off for 13 days, our first game in 13 days, and our our first day back was Thursday, and we looked like we were at the 40 and over, lifetime 40 and over league, the way we were up and down and couldn't even get past half court half the time. Guys were so tired. So we were a little better Friday, a little better Saturday. So really proud of the guys that compete and fight. And, they left it all on the floor, and all you can ask for in the game of basketball is a chance to win the game. And we had some chances, and, we got down 8, but we fought our way back, and unfortunately just didn't close it, and had some looks but that's the way the ball bounces. I thought, Malik Williams really took advantage for them when we were small. That size really hurt us inside. And you got to give him credit on that, both in the zone and in man. We struggled against him especially when we were smaller. So, but look, great opportunity for us to bounce back on Tuesday against a great team in Duke. And hopefully this game got us our wind back and our cardio somewhat got underneath our legs to kind of get ourselves back and be ready to go on Tuesday.
Okay, we'll open up for questions for Coach Pastner. If you have a question, please use the raise hand function within Zoom. We'll call on people individually, beginning with Kelly Quinlan from Rivals.
Josh, the guys were talking a little bit about how you guys have inserted some new plays and tried to come up with some things to expand the offense a little bit. Can you talk about kind of the development of that? And obviously that's got to be hard when you're out for almost 2 weeks.
Yeah. Couple things. One is I've tried to make some adjustments within our offense. Everyone knows I love the Princeton offense. That's what we've run here during my time, which is all about player movement, ball movement. It's all about conceptual basketball. I don't really call any plays. It's rhythm, flow, and energy. It's read and react. It's being a basketball player. However, and it's been very effective for us. However, for this year, we've struggled with some things, and it's really hurt us with our turnovers, and the Princeton offense does give you some equal opportunity. And so I felt for this year, we needed to make some adjustments where I needed to be more play calling and a little more controlling on the offensive end, which I really don't like doing, but I felt it was best for our team. And I thought that was going to help us based for our turnovers. And so it was effective tonight for the most part. We only had 9 turnovers. It was much better for us. We got some shots that we wanted to get to, the guys where we wanted to get the ball to. And, we had some good looks, and, we'll continue to get better at it. It's just kind of a work in progress. And I feel that's what's best for our personnel, Kelly, for right now. And we'll keep tinkering and adjusting, doing the best we can.
Next question comes from Rod McKenzie from 247 Sports.
Hey, Josh, tonight was a different kind of situation without your 2 big men. So I imagine your rotation made some changes there, but are you getting a better idea of who you want in your rotation? And do you feel that Kyle is better coming off the bench than starting?
Well, I think for tonight, we were just trying to get guys in and out, because we were off for so long, and I was concerned about our cardio and our conditioning. So I played 10 guys, 9 guys, pretty much double-digit minutes. I mean, that's a lot, especially for me, but based on the circumstance, we had really no option because we had multiple guys out. So I think when we can get back to Tuesday, we can maybe shorten, we be able to solidify, look, Bubba, this is Bubba's first game in 10 months. He hasn't played a game in 10 months. So he'll be better. He just needs to get his wind knocked, underneath him and get in the game experience. And Kyle's played well. Kyle's done a great job today. Really proud of Kyle. Did a great job for Georgia State. Whether you start or come off the bench, whatever it is, once you get your number called, you just got to be ready to go. And Kyle's done a nice job with that.
Next question comes from Ken Segura from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
That 5-minute stretch when you went from up 4 to down 5 or 6, I think it was, it seemed like you're trying to do some things, making changes and calling timeout and so forth. What did you see out of the way the offense was playing at that point?
Well, you know what, Ken, that was one of those droughts we've had in the second half where we go through that scoring drought. We've had that each game for the majority of games that we've played. We've had a drought in that second half, and that happened to us again. We had a couple really good looks during that segment. Miles Kelly had a great look at the top of the key three. Debo Coleman had a great look right in front of our bench, 3-point shot. Kyle Sturdivant had a wide open look. Michael DeVoe had a really good look, and so did Jordan Usher. And then also during that stretch, I think Khalid had maybe, I don't know, I can't remember, maybe he missed 2 free throws during that stretch as well too. So we had some great looks, and as elementary and as simple as it sounds, it's a make and miss game, and we make a couple of those. Things are different. Oh, Bubba had a great look in the corner in front of our bench too, wide open. Jordan Usher drove, or Mike DeVoe or Jordan Usher drove it and kicked the Bubba. But we make 1 or 2 of those, it's a different ball game. We just, unfortunately had great shots, just didn't put it in, and that leads to that scoring drought. And also during that segment, they were able to score some key baskets, got some key and ones, like Malik Williams. He just really was the difference in the game. And I thought Jared West defensively was really good for the most part, but Malik Williams, his size when we were small, really was a big difference for them. We battled and competed. He was just, the size made a difference.
Next question comes from Patrick Canaro from Ramblin' Sports.
Coach Pastner, tough loss tonight, undermanned as you were. But I was just wondering, you spoke to Bubba a second ago. Do you see him becoming your third scorer in the next few weeks as he regains his wind and his cardio?
That was my standard for him coming into this season, that he was going to be our third scorer. But, obviously he's been out with a torn meniscus, and this is, like I said, his first game in basically 10 months. And so it's just, I was really hoping that he was going to be able to play in the USC, Georgia State, and Alabama A&M games to be able to get him ready for ACC play. That was the thinking. But obviously, you have to be flexible and be willing to adjust and coach on the fly based on a global pandemic that we're in. And he got hit into health and safety protocols, and then our team. So we missed some opportunities that would have helped him get into game rhythm. That would have been him more prepared to play today. This was a tough game just to throw him in and say, we need you to produce for us. So he'll get better as the more he plays. It's just, unfortunately, we're just in the ACC play right now. So that's just the way it is.
Another question from Kelly Quinlan.
Josh, I know this has not gone how you've wanted it at all, really leading up in the last few weeks, but kind of how do you approach the next set of games here? And do you have a timetable for when you would get Rodney and Saba back into the mix?
Well, I don't know on Rodney. I'm planning that Saba will be able to be back for the next game, Kelly. So that would be the plan. I'm not sure on Rodney yet. So that's just to be determined. And look, we want to, the objective is try to win every game you play. I want to win every possession that we're in. And so, we got great opportunities in front of us. You've heard me say it a million times, life is all about opportunities, and that's all you can ask for is opportunities. And we got a great opportunity on Tuesday, and we're gonna do all we can to prepare and get ready and compete and get after it and try to win the game on Tuesday.
Another question from Ken Segura.
The possession, when you got it with, I think, about 55 seconds left after Williams missed a 3, what kind of was your plan for that?
The one where Mike shot the 3?
No, it was one with Jordan drove.
Yeah, Jordan, we had a great Jordan had it in the paint, should have shot it. No reason to pass it. He had a layup. We should have been up 1. And I would have ran the same play. We ran the same actions against Georgia State, and Jordan shot it and made it. So I was going back with the same action. Unfortunately, tried to thread the needle. He just had a layup, but that happens, unfortunately. He was effective for the most part. He had 4 assists, 6 boards, 17 points on 11 shots, hit some big threes in the first half that really kept us in. So he got to the paint for us, and he just should have shot it. He knows he should have shot it, but that happens. And then the second shot with Mike DeVoe, I was debating, do I call timeout? But, he's been so good for us. The ball's in his hands, and it was a one-on-one situation. And you know, he had a step back, clean look and just rimmed out. And then Kyle had a open, we were running a play to get the ball to Mike. Both guys went with Mike and Kyle was wide open, had a great look, just rimmed out. And to answer your question even earlier, Kelly, you know, look, I don't want to be 0-2. I want to be 2-0 in the ACC. 2-0 is way better than 0-2. Heck, 1-1's better than 0-2. But, you know, there's a lot of games, a lot of, you know, we got, the way I told our guys, we have 20 guaranteed games left. We have 18 ACC games, and we're going to get the Syracuse game in. We're going to do all we can to get that game rescheduled. Plus, we're going to reschedule, do all we can to get the Alabama A&M game in, and then you're guaranteed one game in the conference tournament. So that's 20 games left that we're guaranteed. So we've got to try to, every possession is precious. Don't take it for granted because things are moving quickly. So getting those 2 games in, you'll have 20 guaranteed games. That's for sure. So we got to make the most of it.
Okay, we've got time for a couple more. We'll go ahead and take one more from Rod and then one more from Ken and wrap it up. Rod?
Hey, Josh, you've talked to us before about the struggles that freshmen go through. What is Debo going through right now? And do you see a different Debo in practice than you're seeing in games?
Debo hasn't been able to, you know, he was out with the health and safety protocols. So he was out for a long time. So I just think, you know, when you miss 10 days, it's a long time and you get out of shape. So, you know, he's going to be a really good player. Miles Kelly's going to be a really good player. Jalen Moore is going to be a really good player. They're just young. It's hard. It's not easy. You're in the ACC play. And you know, all those guys just got to continue to stay ready. And when they get their number called, they got to produce.
Ken, if you could wrap us up.
How did Jordan Mecca look to you?
I think we were much better when Jordan Mecca was in the game defensively because he changed the game with shot blocking and he made it much tougher on Malik Williams. It was harder for Malik to score when Jordan Mecca was in the game. Now, he maybe not been as effective offensively when he was in the game, but he really changes the game defensively. We're better with Jordan Mecca in the game. And I got to keep tinkering with things to help to not play through Jordan Mecca at the elbow. I mean, it's hard when you just can't throw everything away. You've done something for 6 months. 8 months, whatever it is. So you're trying to tinker in these last 3 days to put some things in. But Jordan Mecca was good for us, and we're better with him on the floor defensively because and we were better with Malik Williams when he was in the game defensively. When he was out, we struggled in a lot of areas because we lose that shot blocking presence. And he kept a lot of balls alive offensively for us. He had a couple of just tip outs that was good. He had 2 shot blocks. So you know, he's continued to get better.
Great. Thanks, Coach. Safe travels to Durham.
Okay. Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
You, Coach.